Previously on Balls.
Hello, Brad speaking.
Rugby on Saturday. Hey, Brad, it's Darren in the Balls team. How's it going?
Hey, Darren, very well, thanks. How are you?
Yeah, good, thanks. Thanks for taking some time out to chat to us today. And PGA clap for Brad Barrit. There we go. Got that test try under your belt now. What a hell of a win against the All Blacks, eh?
Yeah, thanks. Obviously, it was great for the guys. We'd come off two very narrow defeats, and to bounce back like that was an amazing thing for the team.
Yeah, I mean, how different, how much better were you guys from one week to the next? I mean, what was the clear difference between the game against the Springboks and the All Blacks?
Well, I think there's just fine lines. I think we didn't necessarily do anything will be different than the Springboks, barring taking the opportunities. I think in Test rugby you get few chances, and this week we're a lot more clinical with what we did, and I think obviously our defence was even better in the first half in the way we applied pressure on them. Yeah,
the pressure was a key thing. I mean, you guys were relentless. Once you sort of started the floodgates, you didn't let up. And look, I mean, Dan Carter missing a couple of kicks early on might have made a slight difference, but not much of one. I mean, you completely hammered them.
Yeah, I think it set the tone in the first 40 minutes. We kind of got on top and applied, and they made a lot of errors. And coming out in the second half, they did bounce back, as an All Black team always does. But I think the way we responded, scoring 3 tries within 10 minutes, kind of really set the bar for the rest of the game.
Yeah, just going back at a week ago, and obviously as a guy who grew up and had played rugby here in South Africa and seen the Springboks play over the years, where do you put the Springboks at the moment? You guys have had a chance to play against them. They won a narrow game against you guys. They've picked up a lot of criticism for the way they're playing at the moment. How do you assess them?
Oh, the Springboks are still an unbelievable side. I think even if people are giving them the hard, still getting the wins, which is ultimately what you need in a Test match rugby. They've also got a few new guys in fresh faces, so I think they'll go from strength to strength.
I saw the tweets from guys like JP and stuff were very complimentary after your win against the All Blacks and your try. What was the chat like on the field from your former Sharks buddies?
Well, we did have a good laugh after the game, after JP hammered me.
Yes, he smoked you. No, it was alright.
Yeah.
Did it hurt?
It knocked the wind out of me completely. Yeah, I'm not going to lie, it was terrible. But, yeah, I had to have a long chat to one of my Saracens colleagues, Alex Kudu, who threw me a great hospital. I'd wonder if him and JP had about it during the week. Yeah.
Lovely, Brad.
Brilliant stuff. All right, and I think another thing that was maybe put to rest, and look, I mean, maybe not everyone watches a lot of the stuff, although it's on TV here in Northern Hemisphere, the rugby there, but Owen Farrell, nominated for the IRB Player of the Year. There was a lot of chat about what is he doing in that list, but a lot of people, after having seen his performance over the weekend as well, have gone, okay, now we see what you guys have got there. There's definitely something for the future with that guy, fly half.
Yeah, he's outstanding. I think he's got a wise head on young shoulders, and that's ultimately what you want in that 10 jersey. He's obviously physical too, so I don't think too many people will be targeting his channel. So, yeah, it's a great guy both for me to have at Sarries and with England in the future.
And the draw yesterday, Group of Death.
Mm.
Yeah, very interesting. We obviously missed out being in that top 4. So, yeah, as you say, you need to beat the best to win. So you'd rather come against them in the group than in the knockout stages. So, yeah, I think as a team, if you're wanting to go ahead and challenge for that world title, you need to come out a strong group. And I think that can be a huge positive, I think.
Yeah.
If you possibly in an easy pool, you maybe won't be as ready as what the other teams come the knockout stages. So, yeah, you can see it as a positive, even though, yeah, tough group having both Wales and Australia.
And having a look at the way you guys performed, as I say, you're only as good as your last game, but I think a lot of people are going to go, well, listen, there's a long way to go to the World Cup. This is the kind of form that suddenly started being showed by England when Clive Woodward is around. So everyone must be very upbeat about, despite the fact that you're in a really tough group, about England being right up there for 2015.
Yeah, I think you just got to take it one step at a time. I think there's a huge amount of rugby to be played between now and then. And I think often people look too far into the future and into the World Cup, but every test is equally important. And as a young team as we are, continually grows. Having more and more test wins coming down to World Cup will play a huge amount in self-belief and the confidence within the team. So, yeah, we don't want to look too far ahead. I think there's a Six Nations around the corner where the guys want to take this performance and build on it.
It must be incredibly satisfying to give the finger to those critics that are saying you should be playing Southern Hemisphere style rugby.
Yeah, exactly. Ultimately, against South Africa, we were greeted with terrible conditions, so it was always going to be a hard game to play, even though, as a side, we did the majority of the play. But when you get those days to play some attacking brand of rugby, this England side can definitely do that.
Yeah.
Brad and Marit Burt, I'm sure you'll be really working hard to get back into that team again.
We might battle, eh? Jeez,
Yeah.
they've got some decent guys up front there as well.
Yeah, I think in terms of the Premiership, you've obviously got 12 teams and guys are competing on a high level, so the depth here is exceptional. So, yeah, I'm sure he'll be going out even harder now. We've got two big Heineken Cup games. We've got Munster home and away in the next 2 weeks, so it's obviously another big stage to prove your worth.
All right. Brad, just one other thing, and I don't know if this has been discussed. It just came up on the news today, and I couldn't understand what the hell they were going on about, the Welsh. Talking about they'd be happy to host you guys at the Millennium Stadium during the World Cup. I mean, it's England's World Cup, so why would you guys go and play an away game in the Millennium Stadium in front of those bloodthirsty Welsh?
Yeah, I mean, I haven't really seen much on it. I didn't even know that the Millennium Stadium was one of the venues.
I thought you were going to say that you didn't even know that Wales were in.
Yeah, I couldn't see England looking too far beyond Twickenham.
Exactly.
Being both the home of rugby and an amazing stadium, I would shudder to see them move away from there if they had the choice.
Yeah, no, I don't think they will be. I think everything will be at Twickenham, especially got some really, really big games coming up in the pool sections, which is great. And of course, you guys get through that. It's it's going to be a hell of an atmosphere 2015, but as you say, a long time away. Six Nations still underway, and of course you've got a lot of rugby happening up there at the moment. We appreciate your time, bud. Thanks very much, and congrats once again on getting that try under the belt, man. Nice to chat to you as well, Brad. Cheers, man.
Thanks, guys.
Bye-bye.
All the best.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Brad Barrit, former Shark.
This is Balls Visual Radio. Darren, Simon, Kate and John. Weekdays from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. Central African Time. Balls.co.za